in play, but yes, I'm wondering now where that Void Ray went. He is just sitting over here now at this expansion location, but I got that one Void Ray out, and I'm not getting any more air units, it looks like. Also getting a single stalker, so strange degree of unit diversity as far as Rapt's Protoss army, but moving my main strike force over here to this Zelnaga watchtower just to get some more vision. Operating now off of 4 warp gates, a Stargate as well, and the charge is finished on those Zealots, so they should become slightly more effective. As far as upgrades, the Protoss is in the lead. No infantry upgrades on these on these infantry units. Neither are they on these tanks. Several idle SCVs here from Racist actually that may be hurting his income. Yeah, actually the Protoss player Rapt here is greatly beating out Racist as far as harvester count. Just now chrono boosting the cooldown on these warp gates. But yeah, we now have an encounter here on the front door. We're going to be crashing into this bunker. That will go down. Charge doing this job fairly well, but these siege tanks are actually in a good fortified position. Now going to be fortified with this extra tank. Siege tech is now in play. Going to be one-shotting that remaining zealot. Also cleaning up those 2 sentries that did not even stand a chance, really. Taking a look at units lost, Racist definitely now with the advantage, a significant advantage. I think he should have pushed out with these siege tanks, as he may have caught me kind of off guard. I don't have any photon cannons in a good enough position really to deter against a large strike. I'm only getting this cannon up here now with the support of these 3 pylons, but we're bringing in more sentries now to replace the units that I lost, and I have that 1 immortal also, so I have this 1 robotics facility also getting level 2 ground weapons underway. Back over to the Terran side, 1 Hellion going to be accompanying these tanks, getting some more Marines as well. Somewhat saturating this mineral patch, although he hasn't upgraded that command center at all. Looks like he's going to be transferring a lot of SCVs, although he does have quite a few remaining minerals over here. So yeah, he will be transferring them over to his expansion. Looks like now the Protoss player will be finishing what he started, and I'm going to be attacking those rocks. Also dropping a Nexus here at this high yield location, so probably a little bit aggressive on the Protoss player's part, but certainly if he can get that saturated, it will kick in and give the green player a large advantage. Also, if Racist does not act quickly, he's going to find himself way behind in the upgrade game, and 2 ground level upgrades are now completed for the Protoss, where there are no combat upgrades for the Terran whatsoever. He seems to be relying off of this bunker solely for his military influence, but now these siege tanks are going to work on these rocks, making very quick work of them. But yeah, to reiterate, I would very much like to see an armory in play to complement all of these siege tanks that are in the field. He really needs to work on upgrades for these tanks if they are going to stay alive long enough for him to win the game. But as far as the army size, fairly close there, as you can see to themselves. My Racist's army cost is sitting at almost 2,000 minerals compared to the Protoss player's 1,500. But yeah, as far as that Void Ray that I had a while back, it seems to have fallen into a missile turret. Yeah, this missile turret has 1 kill. Now these Zealots and Immortals and Sentries are going to be trying to attack this position, but these ranged units back here are not giving the support that the Zealots need, although these Zealots are going to be taking a lot of damage from those siege tanks. A late Guardian shield going up from the Sentry, it wouldn't matter too much. I have not been making the best use of Sentries in this game, but regardless, I am able to clean out this position, get a few more infantry kills as well, but these siege tanks are very well placed. Their range is exactly, or for the most part, their range is exactly as far as they can see. So a good use of the tanks there, even if they don't have any upgrades. The siege tank is being used well, not like my play with sentries in this game for the most part. But I'm starting to saturate these high yield minerals. I'm probably going to need Vespine gas, however. It would do me good to have more units in play as well. I have a decent sized army, but now with 3 Nexus I should be able to churn out some higher tier units. Racist, by contrast, seems to be content with just protecting his two bases. This Hellion is actually going to be doing some nice scouting. He's going to be checking out this high yield location. Not going to mean anything quite there. Racist now dropping some extra bunkers just for some insurance. This Hellion is going to be an insignificant threat to the Protoss force. And at this point I'm just dropping more photon cannons and pylons to keep up with my income. So yeah, whereas I said earlier I need to get more units in play, I have Text to Colossus and I have that range upgrade completed on the Robo Bay. So the Robo Facility is churning out one Colossus at this point. I also have that Observer in play right now. That being said, Racist has a good amount of missile turrets defending his perimeter, so I don't know how effective that Observer is going to be. Level 3 ground upgrades is now completed on my forces. But actually it looks like I have walled myself in. Don't know how intentional that was, but you saw me putting some damage on that pylon there. It will remain. It's not going to be a issue for this Colossus, however, as he is just going to stride over that high ground to meet with my forces in the middle. So it seems to me at this point, looking at the army size, I have completely leaped ahead in army size just due to the fact, probably I've, just due to these extra minerals from this Nexus, this Chrono Boost energy is capped, unfortunately, but my point is my army size has very much leaped ahead of Racist simply because of my expansions. He has a couple Marauders now, 3 Marauders, with a large group of Siege Tanks and Marines. He's going to be probably moving out. He's got this large force in the middle. My forces are out of position by contrast. Actually, Racist, he is going to see this pylon, going to dispose of that very, very quickly. So that pylon, however, did give me the information I need to move out with these forces. They're going to actually split in a 2-pronged attack here on the front door of Racist. They're regrouping now just briefly. Finally a timely Guardian Shield going up. Probably going to make very, very quick work of this front door. These Colossus need to get into the action though. As well as this Immortal, they're not doing any damage. So probably not the best micro for myself. I think I may be watching my base too much in this confrontation. More Guardian Shields going up for whatever reason. Probably because I caught a glimpse of these units back here, but this Colossus is a little bit out of place, getting a few free hits on those Siege Tanks, 2 Force Fields coming down here to try to defend my position. Now these Siege Tanks are sieging up, and I need to focus these down quickly before I find all of my Sentries and Zealots getting one-shotted. Yeah, all of those Sentries dying to this cannon fire. Trying now to bring my forces in position, trying to fight by this high ground, but these Colossus were too much for the Siege Tanks, and I'm able to win the day with hardly any casualties. Switching now to units lost. It seems like the scales have tipped in my favor. Racist has lost 46 units compared to my 38. Things are looking better now for the Protoss influence. This Observer not being microed very well, falling to that missile turret. We do now finally have an armory in play from Racist, but getting no upgrades as of yet. Certainly his units aren't going to be doing very well as long as my units have 3 damage upgrades and his units don't have any, but it looks like he was trying to lift off this command center. He's going to see that my Nexus is here with a bunch of other junk. Certainly he's going to be very unpleasantly surprised. If he wanted to, he could have attacked with these SCVs just to give me a little bit of problems, but his SCVs are going to wait for the real units going to try to do what they do, but yeah, I'm not having any of that. I now have a bunch of Colossus.